Hello everyone, this is Archananand from College Dunia. As we say, critical to being a leader is self-awareness. For the initiate of Thoughtful Leader series in the Thoughts on Education, today we have with us Professor A. Balasubramaniam, Director of Institute of Design at JKLU University. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, please share your journey towards the education.
Okay, I belong to a generation which kind of established design as a profession in this country. In the late 70s and early 80s, there were no design jobs available as well, but we were all graduates of design. So we used to educate our clients, saying what design can do for them, and then look for projects and work on them, and then get money out of it. So our whole journey has been educating people about design. So I thought, why am I not in education if I'm doing so much of educating? That's how I came into it. Yeah.
Great, sir. So, sir, you have held a key position in the education industry. So, what are the key factors that keeps you connected towards the education?
I think love for students is one, mainly. And the fact that there is so much possibility in education and it's not going the way it's meant to go, it kind of bothers me, and I want to do my bit for it. So, that's all.
Great, sir. So, what's your philosophy of design and how JKLU University is preparing design students?
See, when we started JKLU's Institute of Design, that was in 2019, we were the youngest or the newest in the block. And we realized that why should we repeat what has been done for 60 years? So we decided to do programs which are really new, and we also wanted them to be relevant for 2023 when they graduate. So 4 years from then, you have to have students graduating, and some of these programs may not be even valid. So keeping that in mind, we had a future-ready program, and that worked. And we didn't have the conventional programs like fashion design and communication design, is because there are other institutions, they are doing a good job, and we don't need more fashion designers in this country. That's what I think. And I thought we should get into newer areas which are not represented. So,
okay, sir.
Yeah.
So that's a great initiative that taken by you and JKLU University. Sir, another question is the education industry in India and in foreign is strategically differently, like we can say. And in your experience, what can an inbound student in JKLU gain from studying here?
Okay, firstly, I don't call it education industry because I think that sounds like a business, which I don't think education should be a business. Students who come in are expecting education and not a degree. So I think that differentiation should be made very well, very clear. So very often students go to institutions for the degree, knowing fully well that the education they're going to get is not good enough. At JKLU we try and avoid that. The fact that students who come in will be given education the way it's meant to be given, and the fact that they will also figure out what to do with their lives and their profession is something which is unique to us.
Okay, sir. So, sir, how does the curriculum of JKLU University ensures the best practice provided for the students?
So, how we do this is very simple. Our curriculum was developed by us, and we took a year to do all that, and we tied up with education academics, industry professionals, and some faculty who teach. So what happened was we got a program which is current, which is industry ready, and which is something which will be good enough 4 years from then. So that's how we worked it out.
Okay, sir. So, sir, any insights like how your university could be more welcoming towards the different geography and economics background students?
Fortunately for us, we have students coming, even in the first batch, we had students coming from small towns like Rajnandgaon and places like Nagaland, and so remote places and all that. Somehow word spread that fact that we are doing something different. Now, currently we have students from 66 towns in this country and 20 different states, and that's growing. In fact, if I see the next year's batch, it's going to be much more, and we get from all over the country, which is like Kayankulam in the south to Jammu in the north, and to Kalyani in west, and places like that. And So there are aspirations in these places, and they all want to be designers, and they want to make sure that what they're doing is the right thing. And they've made their search, and they've come to JKLU because of that.
That's great, sir. We have talked about the courses, the different students, and how JKLU Lakshmipat University is doing for the students. So, sir, according to you, what should be the, like, for the Institute of Design at JK Lakshmipat, the top priorities over the next 5 years?
See, we are planning to be the most innovative university in the next 5 years. So it is a 10-year plan. So we're already on to the 5th year. The fact remains that we do programs innovatively. We combine it with the Institute of Engineering and Institute of Management, and we do programs together, the courses together. And we also have one of the very rarest universities which has got a critical thinking and communication course compulsory for all the students of all the institutes. So that prepares a student to think critically, which is a very important factor, for any profession, but more so for design.
Okay, so that's great. So we have talked about the future. Let's get back to the past. So when you first joined the JK Lakshmipat University, what's your vision for the university, or we can say the Institute of the Design?
So like I said, when we started, we wanted to make sure that we don't repeat what others are doing. So that was the first one. The second one was, we realized that design profession is, the borders are blurring. A graphic designer is also doing a UI designer, is also becoming a fashion stylist. So there is a lot of blurring happening. So we should have programs which allows for that blur. So we have interdisciplinary design, which is that it's meant for a startup who needs a designer. And he will not go to a product designer, a textile designer, and a web designer, and a showroom designer. He will want one designer to do that. And my interdisciplinary students can do that. So we are, like I said, we're preparing our students for the future, and this is the future. There are blurred boundaries, and our students are ready to take on any kind of work.
That's great, sir. So, sir, last but not the least, any suggestion that you would like to give the students who wanted to pursue their careers in design?
I think one is that you should do a good homework. You should search for the good programs that are available all over the country and do a search. Find out if they have good faculty and faculty of repute, and make sure that you don't fall for facilities and things like that which are glamorous, but they may not be relevant for you. So I think that's very important, and education has to be current and that contemporary, and that's also very important.
That's very great, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable time, sir.
Thank you for having me here.
Thank you, sir.